They are undocumented involuntarily, with no social security number or proof of residency that would make legal their presence in the country they consider their own. They are denied access to educational scholarships and financial aid, denied the opportunity to pursue a career or even land a decent job, to travel freely or to get a driver's license. They live under the threatening shadow of deportation to a country they left as small children, a place they do not remember, where they may not even speak the language. These young people are the dreamers.
Eileen Truax is a journalist and an immigrant. She was born in Mexico City. She moved to Los Angeles in 2004. And for 7 years, she worked for La Opinión newspaper, covering immigration and Mexican communities.
This country. I came to the U.S. 11 years ago, almost 12 years ago. And like many people who come to this country, I was coming for 1 year or two just to see what happens, and then I'm going to go back to Mexico because, you know, I'm just trying to see what's going on here. And it's been 12 years, and I'm staying here. I mean, at this point, I already know that I'm not going anywhere because I like to be here, and most important, I found a real treasure of stories to be told in this country, in this city, and in this community. That was the first lesson that I got here, that we are so familiar with our immigrant community that we don't notice them anymore. We know they're there, we know how this society works, and we know it's working. And part of that working means that we all know that people who don't have a social security number shouldn't be working, but we know they work. We know that people who lack certain documents, they cannot get a driver's license, but they drive. We know that certain people cannot get certain things like maybe getting a home or buying a car or buying certain stuff, getting credit, but they do. They live their lives. These, and we know it, and we accept it, and we don't ask much.
This is about human rights and social justice, and we have to start talking about immigration and seeing immigration as a human rights and social justice issue.
I am an American. I was born here, but I wasn't raised, I wasn't raised speaking Spanish. I wasn't raised going to church all the time, even though I was baptized as a Catholic. My parents didn't, speak it very often because my mother's parents were discriminated for having an accent in East LA, and they were spanked in school for speaking Spanish and all that stuff. So now I'm in this, middle where I'm not fully accepted as a Mexican, but I'm stuck and I'm not fully accepted as an American. So I'm stuck between two races, but I belong to both. So it's like I don't know where I belong, and I'm trying to find my identity within that structure and trying to be accepted to both. So
yo pienso que es tiempo de cambiar el enfoque. We should change the way we see it. It's not from here, not from there. It's from here and from there. It's time for us to start valuing the fact that a person can be binational, bicultural, bilingual as a value. This is an asset for our communities. This is an solve it. Actually, with DACA, many people think the problem is solved. I mean, there's no legislation passed in Congress, but President Obama decided to apply this DACA, this Deferred Action Temporary Program, who temporarily protects certain people, most of them dreamers, for just a couple years that now are 4 years, and maybe it can be renewed for another 2, with a work permit, a social security number, and certain other protections, financial access to college. But that doesn't mean that the problem is fixed, not at all.
I need to come to school. I had to pay everything out of my pocket, so trying to handle different jobs while coming to school full time and trying to get good grades and family problems, you know, there's always a lot of things going on, so that's probably one of the biggest obstacles that I have so far.
And how has DACA helped you in that?
It definitely has helped me, mostly because right now I'm actually able to work on campus, which is a huge deal for undocumented students. Before, undocumented students were not able to do that. However, though, I've always had a job in a sense, you know, so it definitely has helped me because it opens other doors, mostly for me to be able to get more along my career path.
Who needs that? We are a country that find its way in many other issues to do the right thing. So I don't understand why are not we doing it now. But as I said, DACA is not the solution. But I think a DREAM Act could be something doable in the next years. But that doesn't solve the problem. We need to have a fair solution for our whole community.
And yet, these young people love the United States. They want to be part of the United States. They want to give back to the United States. To love a country where people are saying to you, go back, we don't want you here, and you still want to fight in their armies, study in their colleges, become a doctor, become a lawyer, to give back to that community. I ask you, is there anything more American than that?